In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly improve your ankle mobility without jamming up the front of your ankle like most ankle dorsiflexion exercises will do to you. I have two really good exercises to show you. So the most common ankle dorsiflexion mobility exercise that you'll see is a knee to wall drill. People will go hands on the wall and they'll just drive their knee forward. And it's a fine drill, not my favorite to be honest, but there's two big problems with it. Problem number one is a lot of people will lose their heel on the floor. They'll drive their knee forward and they're just thinking, how far can I get my knee forward? And the heel will creep off the floor. That's not going to help you improve ankle dorsiflexion. The second problem is, and it's a much bigger problem, they will actually jam up the front of their ankle. So maybe they'll let their heel off, maybe they'll keep it down, but as they bring their knee forward, they're not experiencing any stretching or lengthening feeling back here. They're experiencing a jamming at the front of the ankle. And for any joint mobility that we're looking for, if you're jamming up that closing angle, which in this instance is the front of the ankle, if that's the overwhelming feeling rather than this lengthening feeling on the back, then you're actually going to end up losing mobility as a result. So I have a simple exercise that we call a better knee to wall drill, and it will combat those two things. It will, one, make sure that your heel does come down, and two, it will make sure that you actually feel the back of the leg, the soleus in particular, and some of the other tissues back here, instead of this jamming up at the front of the ankle. All we're going to do is start up in a calf raise. So point number one, start up in a calf raise. Point number two, I'm actually going to slowly come down and touch my heel on the floor as my knee comes forward at the same time. Then I come back up again, calf raise, and I straighten my knee. When I'm in the straight knee position, the gastroc and the soleus have shortened to pull me up into plantar flexion. And I'm actually going to use that feeling, like I feel a lot of tension here, a lot of shortening. I'm going to use that feeling to feel that these muscles are actually lengthening, or the soleus is actually lengthening as I come down. And now as I end up in this knee forward position, I have a stretch. I've kept a hold of some of that tension and I felt it lengthen as I went along. Just like in a bicep curl, I would curl up and then I would slowly feel this eccentric lengthening and this tension, that a nice tension as I come into elbow extension. So the drill is simple. We have easy ways to measure success. Firstly, calf raise. Then we solve the heel coming off the floor problem because we have to touch our heel on the floor as we come down. We're starting with our heel off the floor rather than starting with the heel on and then it just comes off as I come forward. Start with the heel off the floor, start with the knee straight, slowly pick up this stretching feeling on the way down. Heel touches and knee goes forward at the same time. This is a simple drill, 10 or 12 reps of that will be magic for people, much better than people just tossing their knee as far forward as possible. Okay, our second exercise is a bent to straight knee calf raise. So we're going to take the same idea of moving from the bent to the straight knee, and we're actually going to keep it very active throughout the whole range. So Sam's going to pop his hands on the rack. You can use a wall or something for this. He's going to take his right foot off the floor. And actually, Sam, I still think you need to bring your left foot back a little bit further. So if you can come up into a calf raise as high as you can on this left foot, bring your right knee up in front, and then try and push your weight forward as much as you can. So keep leaning, keep leaning, keep leaning. So now he's in this max plantar flex position, and he's in the most amount of shortening that he can get. Similar to over there. This time he's going to send his right leg back behind him. He's going to come into this hinge position, and as he does, I want you to drive your left knee, the one we're working on, as far forward as you can. So you're thinking about sending this right leg back and driving your left knee as far forward as you can over your toes. Perfect. So now we're in this max dorsiflex position. His heel is staying off the floor and he's getting a lot of load and length, especially through the soleus and the foot here. You'll actually see him shaking a little bit. So now we're going to move from the bent knee back to the straight knee position. So he's going to push slowly. He's going to end up tall. He has a fully straight knee with this fully plantar flexed ankle. So shortening. Take the same feeling that we had in the wall where you feel like this goes, it just doesn't just go floppy and passive. You actually feel that this lengthens as you find that position again. So he's going to drop his knee forward. He's going to send this leg back. He's going to let his heel drop but not touch the floor. And he's going to feel that he gets a big, massive load through all of these muscles, including his glute, his hamstring, and the whole posterior chain. From there, he slowly pushes back up tall. He's trying to get his heel as high as possible, and he moves into this straight knee position. Keep pushing forward, Sam, that way, that way, that way, so he's much more active on the forefoot. In terms of reps, we like to do in our foot and ankle program, we actually have a 3-second hold at the top, which is longer than he's doing now, and a 3-second hold at the bottom. So one more time, Sam, down you go. Knee travels forward, hips travel down and back. He pauses here, and he's going to smash his forefoot into the floor as hard as possible without anything moving for 3, 2, 1. He's in his max dorsiflexion, and then he comes up into his max plantar flexion. Okay, I hope that video helps. There's a reason we call this a better knee to wall drill for exercise 1. It's because it's much better than most people's knee to wall drills. We're going to actually build strength through your range of motion and stop you jamming through your ankle. That doesn't help you no matter what joint you're talking about. Searching for end range where it's a jamming feeling will only make it worse. In terms of programming, I like to do the 2 exercises back to back, so you could do the better knee to wall drill for about 10 to 12 reps and then go straight into the bent to straight knee calf raise. You could probably go for about 8 reps there, but remember in that it's a 3-second hold in the bent knee position, your max dorsiflexion, and then you push up into that straight knee, 3-second hold in that position. If you're looking for a more comprehensive plan, then don't forget to check out our foot, ankle and Achilles program. It shows you exactly how I take my foot and ankle clients all the way through mobility, strength and plyometric exercises back to running, pain-free sport, or whatever your goal is. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment below if you have any questions or any requests for any other videos. I would love to see them, and I'll chat to you in the next video.